Daily Broadside 898. The average person has less than 2 legs. So most of y'all are doing better than you probably should be doing. So keep that in your pipe and smoke it well. So listen to this. Last night I went to a restaurant called Spring House in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And I'm here to tell you, they've knocked it out of the park. It was an old residence. They've turned into this massive restaurant, 2 floors, nice bar. Shout out to Lauren, the bartender. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Impeccable food. Like the perfection that this stuff was served in. I had a bucatini with burrata, cheese, like a bechamel type sauce, spinach, tomatoes, pancetta. I don't even understand how to quantify or qualify how brilliantly this dish was made and served. It was the best pasta dish I've ever had in my life. And I love bucatini. There's something about bucatini that's just awesome anyway. But while I was there, I was talking to this girl, and we started talking about whether or not, there was butter on the table. We started talking about butter faces. Everybody knows what a butter face is. It's a girl that, or a guy, that everything looks good but their face, right? And a butter face, which is, not an endearing compliment to give a person, but still, we started talking. I said, there's butter faces out there. And I said, do you think that anyone who is in a relationship with a butter face and knows it, they're like, this chick is banging from the neck down because she is a butter face. Do you think that he has ever told her, kind of like an Ike and Tina Turner kind of situation where it's just an abusive relationship, where he's like, girl, you a butterface. I mean, I like you and all, and you got a nice ass, but you're a butterface at the end of the day. And then she's like, I'm going to stay with him. It's just, he's got his negatives, but, whatever, and all this. And she said that, yes, there are people out there that have been called a butterface. And I'm not talking about, like, in the heat of an argument. I'm talking about, like, they just had, like, a cogent moment where he's just like, look, you're a butterface. That's all there is to it. I don't know how to tell you. It's just a fact. I don't hate you for it. I'm just letting you know. Your face ain't much to write about. Or write home about, and she's just like accepting of it. And she's like, he thinks I'm a butterface, but I love him to the moon and back, la, 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 whatever. And, I don't know, man. I think that the only time somebody's called that in a relationship is in an argument. Somebody, shows their true colors, what they're really thinking by saying the quiet part out loud kind of thing. But then we got onto the topic of, so I was watching this video the other day, and it was this, I love the, like, so let me tell you about my Hinge date. And I'm like, you have my attention. So they talk about their dates and all this stuff. And so this girl is filming her date, just the audio. You can't really see the guy there. But they're on their 3rd date. And she basically starts a video. She's like, let me tell you how my 3rd date went. And then she shows the video of the audio. And basically the guy's like, hey, you want to go back to my place? And she's like, no, I've told you how I feel about that. It's too soon. It's our 3rd date, blah, 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 blah. He's like, okay, well, why don't we go back to your place and all this? He's like, no, I don't feel good about that. I've told you that as well. And he's like, well, let me follow you home. Make sure you get there. He's like, I don't feel good with that either. And I'm on the girl's side. I get it. I totally get it. This is, it's a 3rd date, big city. Who knows who this weirdo guy is and all this stuff. But one of the things that bothered me was I went to the comments, as I'm prone to do, and some idiot, I don't know how they phrased it, but some dude was like, and basically the gist of the video was she got up and left and then just basically like, screw you, you're being a dick and all, just because you paid for dinner doesn't mean, you coming home with me or whatever. Okay, cool. Those are called standards. We're fine with that. But somebody in the comments makes the comment about, he said something like, another woman asking new car prices for a used car or something like that, right? Like basically saying that, bitch, you're 52 years old. You ain't got nothing going on. Like, just go home with a dude. What else you gonna do? You ain't gonna get no other man or what, that her choices are very limited. And I take umbrage with that. I don't understand why, like, let's say you're 52, okay? You're 52, you're twice divorced, you got 4 kids, they're out of the nest, whatever your situation is, doesn't matter. It's not a used car. I mean, it's a used car in the sense that you're 52, so you're halfway to death, it is in that sense. But, we're all not the spring chicken we were when we were 19. I get that. You wake up in pain. You're like, what have I done to my body for the last 3-4 decades? But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that you're not just some used up person just because you're single at 52 and you're looking for a mate. Like, I don't get that part. And I don't understand the part about, like, what should she sell herself for? Should she just be a $1,200, Toyota Camry with 400,000 miles? Or can she be a Toyota Camry with 400,000 miles on her that still has a lot to give? Because, you could argue a 2000s era Toyota Camry is one of the most reliable cars made in the last 40 years. So there's a lot to be said for that. I don't know what point I'm trying to make here, but I'm making some kind of point. So y'all can fill in the gaps however you want. All I'm saying is that don't sell yourselves short, ladies. Don't go on the 3rd date. Don't go on the 4th date if it's getting that pushy. And furthermore, it's okay to be a 2004 Camry with 409,000 miles on it. In fact, that's more impressive than a brand new Toyota Camry with 402 miles on it. Just saying. You've gone the distance. He's going the distance. He's going for speed. She's all alone. And it's a dumb song. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Get him.